Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today's project, we are going to be pulling out some nail art supplies. Yes, I have a lot of nail art supplies, so I pulled those out today. We're going to be doing a resin pendant. At the end of the video, I'm going to show you two different ways on making the bail. So one is a wire work. For those of you who aren't really comfortable with working with wire, even at a beginner's level, there is a second bail that I do. So keep watching to the end because you'll see the two different bails. There's one where the wire work is done, and then there's one very, very easy done with jump rings. So watch for those two endings. That way there's a little bit of something for everybody. All right, you guys, please like the video. If you do like the video, hit that I can never say that. Hit the subscribe button if you like the content here and click that notification bell. You would be notified of upcoming videos. All right, without further ado, let's get into this project. Okay, for this project, you're going to need molds again. I believe I left a link to this one in my last video. I will leave a link to it again in this video. A little cup for your resin. I'm using both regular UV resin from Let's Resin, and I'm also using high viscosity resin from Jade Diction. And you're going to need some nail stickers. So these are silver flowers. I've used some already. I decorate my nails a lot. I'm also using pearlescent pigments today. One is Tender Gurn and then Fruit Green. I'm also going to be using resin pigment. This one is in Emerald Green. Just a drop of that. You're going to need your small light. I'm also going to use the larger light for a 5-minute cure, but this one is just to cure it for 30 seconds, just to get it hardened up so I can move it from here over to where the big lamp is. And you're going to need a stirring stick as well and a lighter. I'm going to be using one of these tube bales. I will be leaving a link to this one as well. I got this one from Amazon. It comes in a package of a whole bunch, but I really think it adds a nice touch to a lot of pendants that I make. And we are going to get started. So we're going to start with a cup, and I'm going to use my lighter resin. So I'm just going to put a guesstimate amount of resin in here. Sometimes I end up with a little bit extra, but that's okay. If you have not quite enough, that's also okay. It's better to have a little less than too much because I am going to be doming this piece. So if you have a little bit less, it doesn't quite fill the mold, don't worry about it, it's fine. So I'm going to take my two pearlescent pigments and I'm going to use my stick, and I'm just going to put a little bit of each in here. Probably don't have to, but I'm going to anyway. I used both of these colors in my last one. Not a lot, just a little bit. I just cleaned off my stick so I can get the other one here. I'm going to take about the same amount. And I'm just cleaning the stick off after each time I dig into those little bottles because I don't want them to intermix with each other. Now this one here says shake well. You can see I use this one a lot. It's very dirty. And I'm just going to put one drop in there. Oh, that's a big drop. And I'm going to mix it up. And I'm just going to see if this is a color I want. If not, if I want to darken it up a little bit, I'll probably add a little more of the resin pigment. So I think I'm going to darken it up one more time. I'm just going to put one more drop in there. Oh, the stuff, I opened this one wrong and I'm telling you it comes out in 2 drops every time. But that's all right. This is actually more of the color I wanted anyway. So as you can see, it has some streaks in it, which is really actually okay with me. We're going to pour this into the mold. So I'm going to use the big one here, the big mold, because we're doing a pendant today. If you want to do earrings, by all means, that's really good too. I'm going to pour it in there. And I pretty much guesstimated right. I'm just going to see if I can fit the rest of this in here. Don't want to overfill it either and have it overflow, but don't want to waste this either. So I just add it a little drop at a time. So I'm just going to just make a couple of strokes in here just to make those streaks inside look good. And I am going to use the lighter because you can see there's quite a bit of bubbles in there. There we go. And she's ready to go inside the light. So I'm going to cure it for about 30 seconds just so I can move it over to the big lamp because it is very watery. So I'm just going to put it on for 60. I may leave it for the whole 60 as well. It just guarantees that it will actually harden up a little bit and enough for me to move it over to the big lamp. Okay, she's cured for 60 seconds. Now, as you can see, it's not watery anymore, but I can guarantee you this is not set completely. So I'm going to cure it in the big lamp for 5 minutes, and then we will be back to continue. All right, so I actually cured this for 10 minutes instead of 5 because of the color. It made it a little bit more difficult to cure, but 10 minutes did it, and it's fine. So this is actually the front here, but we're going to use this side. I think this side is way prettier. Now I'm going to take my tweezers here and I'm going to start placing these stickers, nail stickers, all over the surface here, wherever I decide I want them. This is about as much as I'm going to be able to fit on there. Now I'm going to take my high viscosity resin and we are going to dome the front of this piece. Okay, and we're ready to cure. Okay, with a dome on the back and the front, we are done. I am going to do the sides with chrome, the silver chrome. Using chrome for the edges of most of your pieces just makes them look beautiful. Okay, we're going to let that dry for a couple hours. Okay, and we're going to take our wire and we're going to go through that loop at the top, the hole at the top there. Try to make it as even as possible. Bend it up. I want it to be right on top, pretty much on top, that loop of the pendant there. Okay, and then I'm going to take my pliers and press those wires together. And with the second to smallest size, I'm going to bend those two wires over the plier. Turn my pliers and adjust, and then bring it back. Like that. So before we continue, you're going to want to add your bail, your tube bail. And then taking the really small size on my pliers here, I'm going to redo that, re-put the pliers back in that loop. Now I'm going to take one side, one wire on one side and pull it to the back, and take this wire on the other side and pull it to the back. Then you just take one wire, doesn't matter which side, and you just start going around. And I'm going to stop there. I made 4 loops around the bail. And I'm going to trim off and press that wire into this little loop here, the top loop. And I'm just going to re-put that plier in there. And then I'm going to take the other side and do the same thing, only I'm going to take it down and then continue my spirals here. So I've only done one spiral that finishes off this section here, and then I'm going to take that wire, I'm going to trim it till I have approximately 1/2 inch, maybe a little bit less. I'm going to finish off with a little twirly in the front. And there is our finished pendant. I'm going to show you guys another really easy way to add the tube bail to a pendant if you're not really comfortable with working with wire that way. It's very, very easy. You just take your jump ring. This is a pendant. This was a practice pendant, so just mind the mistakes that were made, but basically it's the same. You put that through your pendant, and then you just add your tube bail. Close it up, and voila, you've added your tube bail. No fancy wiring involved. I like these sturdy jump rings, and they are stainless steel as well. And I think that looks just as nice. So that's another way to add your tube bail if you don't want to be doing any fancy wiring. I love nail art, and I think this pendant actually turned out really, really nice. Okay everybody, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope with the 2 different options for the bail, there was something for everybody, and I think in this case there was. I think it turned out really pretty. Try a pair of earrings. You can do the same design with earrings as we did with the pendant. With that, I'm going to get out of here. You guys have a great day, and I'll see you here next time. Bye.